Hello, Kutu Kuriya. Today we are going to study 9th class physics chapter force and laws of motion. So why have we bought bat and ball today? Today the master will play cricket with you. Because today we have to understand what? Oh, what did I break? Force समझनी है. So beta, however tough this topic is, no issue. After today's lecture, ये टॉपिक आपके लिए एक मीठा मीठा हलवा बन जाएगा. Laws of motion I will teach you beautifully. Force I'll teach you all the numericals. I'll teach you all the questions from this chapter. Whether it's your midterm or final term, all the questions will come from this lecture. Tension मत लेना. And after today's class, you in force and laws of motion will become not a better student, but a better teacher. This is guaranteed. Let's start today's lecture. Are you ready? Let's start. So भाई, first of all, ये force क्या होती है? अरे यार, force हो यार, is not visible. Is it? The pen is visible, pencil is visible, man is visible, Babita is too visible. Everywhere I see. Hey, say, study time not right now. We'll do masti. We'll do much masti kori together. We'll do masti kori. Don't tell mother and father that we do all this. Sir पढ़ाते हैं एकदम. Serious tone. The environment you made at home. Serious. You must have made it right. Serious environment. Yeah, it's that. Force yaar is not visible. What is it? If we see what is force in physics, physics says force is defined as push or pull on a body. What? Pushing or pulling is called force in this world. इस दुनिया में बेटा कहीं भी अगर force है, it is either push or a pull. See here, it's you, Shanti beta. This is you, Shanti. What are you doing? You are pushing an elephant. Elephant pushing. You might have friend like this. Atta ketta. Is it or not? Tell me his name in comments. Like this you are pushing. What are you doing? Push you are doing. One force is this. Right, you are pushing it this side, applying force. Second force, never try this with your hatta friend. You put a rope around his neck and like this, you pulled it. Hey, what are you doing to him? You are pulling him. What did you do? Pull. So only two types of force are there overall. Push and pull. You will have whoever the friend is like this, hatta fat. With him, beta, never beta, never talk with him in a loud voice. However right you are, that doesn't matter. Always see someone's size before fighting. Okay, let's move ahead. Acha. Now the thing is force understood overall, that is push or pull. What is the definition of force written in NCERT, written in the books also? Let's understand. Force is a physical quantity. Okay, this is fine. Like distance, displacement, something like that. Physical quantity that changes the state of rest or state of motion or shape and size of an object. Force is such a thing that changes the state of rest. Like this. This football is lying here and kept here. It is at rest and you kicked it. Kicked it and it football started moving. Means its state of rest has changed. What is second thing? Force is a physical quantity that changes state of rest or the state of motion is changed. For example, a ball is coming towards you, coming, and you catch it and stopped it. You caught it like this. What you did? Pushed it and then stopped it. Meaning its state of motion, the state of motion you stopped. What else can happen? Change the shape and size of an object. Right, imagine this is a ball. There is a ball like balloon, pressed it like this. Its shape, size changed. There is a spring you see at home. Yes, pull the spring like this. Oh, it's taking so much force. But what did you do? Your size changed. What are you doing? Pull. And if the spring is pressed, push. Yes, gym guy must have understood. Go to gym. From 9th class gym. Yeah, well beat the body to impress Babita. Did you get it? So what is force? Push or pull? What it can do? Change the state of rest. Make a stop thing move. State of motion, stop a moving thing. Or change shape and size in this way. And if we read it in a detail, so force can, what all can force do? See, force is not visible anywhere to me. I don't see force anywhere. But what force does, beta? That can we see. Force is not visible anywhere, but what force is doing, that is visible. First thing, move a stationary object. Force can move a stop thing. Kicked it. What did you do? Push. Pushed it. What happened? The ball started to move. A stationary thing moved. Second, stop a moving object. A ball is coming, caught it. A moving object is stopped. Third thing, change the direction of a moving object. We are playing cricket. Let me bring the bat. Yeah, playing cricket. From the front, ball came straight. How's it coming? This is straight, coming, and yeah. What did I do to the ball? Change the direction. The ball was coming like this. After meeting the bat, there, I pushed the ball or applied the force. So force can do one more thing, that it changed the direction of moving object. One more thing it can do. You have done this in childhood. Must have seen. What? Change the speed of a moving object. There is a tire. Didn't kids use this? By hitting it, they keep it moving. Your crush sees you in this situation. No. You have to hide it a lot. Yes. Hitting the tire and moving it. Hit the tire, moving. Tire speed decrease. Yes, takes in. Push. And its speed increased. So can change the speed of a moving object. Clear? What more it can do? Change the shape or size or both of an object. Can change the shape, can change the size. Okay. This definition lacks one thing. What is it? Listen carefully. A train is coming with speed, very fast speed. A train is coming, and here is your friend, hatta katta fat friend, or a fat friend, totally hatti running towards you like a storm, and you are trying to stop them with your hands. Will he or she stops? No, she would collide into you. The ram, it will fall down. Did you apply force? Yes, sir, I did. Did that object stop? Sir, don't call my friend an object. Yes, sir. Did your friend stop? No, sir. Force was applied. Then why does the state of motion not change? It is saying force is a physical quantity. Force is a physical quantity that changes. So force was applied, but why did the friend crash into me? I couldn't stop him. Listen to this definition carefully. I will add one more line. Definition will be beautiful. That changes are tends to change meaning. Trying, want. Force wants that it should change or able to change. Got it now? Oh, Dada, tell me one thing. In front of you at your house, is it visible? Yes. Can you see the lime flicking off? Yes. We used to eat that. Some girls eat lime from the wall. Yes, bhaiya. People have different hobbies in the world. They eat lime, bhaiya. And I did back. Anyway, now you push the ball. Is there force? Yes. But is the ball moving? No. So there is force. But still it is not changing the state of rest of the ball. It means the force changes or tends to change. Either it changes or tries to change, wishes to change, as you wish that someday they will come to you and say you are my life partner. But this is your wish. Will never be fulfilled. See your face in mirror. So by force is understood, master. What is force? Such a physical quantity that changes state of rest, state of motion, shape, size, or tends to change. Nice, bhai. Next thing came, what is the unit of force? The unit is Newton. Newton, sir. Sir Isaac Newton. The unit is named after him, Newton. Denoted by capital N, as distance is written by meter. Speed is written by meter per second. This is written by Newton. Force is denoted by F. The symbol of force is F. Note, force is a vector quantity. It has a direction. Has direction at magnitude. Magnitude means that there is a value. Direction means it has direction as well. It's an obvious thing. If I hit the ball with the bat here, so I have applied force here. If I hit the ball there, I have applied the force there. So look carefully. SI unit Newton denoted by an vector quantity. Imagine this is a block. 10 Newton of force is applied on it. So can I write F is equals to N Newton? Right. This is a block, on this 20 Newton force is applied. So do I write it as F is equals to 20? See here, a little bit as we understood in displacement. Wherever beta vector comes, pay attention, there is this graph. This is the origin. When you move in this direction from the origin, which direction is it? Positive. And when you go backwards from origin, which direction is it? Negative. Generally, it can be anything. One direction we assume positive, another is negative. If you consider this one positive, then the other is negative. Now look carefully, where is the force applied? In the positive direction. So how is the F? Positive. Where is this force applied? In negative direction. So here you will write F is equals to minus 20 Newton. Why did you do that, sir? Because what is force? Vector quantity. Do we ever do it in the mass? Plus 10 kg, minus 10 kg? No, because mass, vector quantity, mass doesn't have any direction. It has no faith or religion. But force has it, bhaiya. Force has direction. So we said this direction is positive. So force is plus 10 Newton. This direction is negative. So force here is minus 20 Newton. Let's go, bhai. We understood the force measured in Newton as a direction. Understand further. Find net force or resultant force. Come, let's solve the question. Now it's net. Net means total. We have to find total force. It is also called resultant force. Resultant force beta also means total. Don't take tension. Imagine this is a block. On it 200 Newton force is applied here and 200 Newton force is from there. From both sides it's equal pressured. Tell what will happen. Will it work, move, shake or do something? If it is capped, it will stay capped. Whatever the force is from this side, same is from that side. Yeah. Nothing will happen. So beta, those forces which cancels out each other are called balanced forces. It is balanced, bhai. Balance is made. Here if I ask, how much is net force? Tell me. How can I write net force here as, sir? Can I write net force is equals to 0 here? No force is there. Plus 200 minus 200 adds up to 0. Arey baba. So no force is being applied on this block. We call this case balance force. When two equal and opposite. When two equal and opposite forces are applied, is dance happening, sir? Hey. When two equal or opposite force is applied, then the net force on the body is 0. We call that balanced forces. Net force is 0. No change in speed and no change in direction. Now beta, what do we need to change for speed? Force. But if the tire is moving, I don't hit the stick on it, then will the speed increase? No, it will not increase. To increase the speed, to decrease the speed, we always need the force beta. Relax and think, in life, if anything is moving and you don't push it, it won't go faster. So there is no change in speed and no change in direction. Imagine a batsman standing with a bat. Ball is coming faster, and suddenly you swing the bat and ball directly hit the wicket. Thala. Why? Because ball is not forced. So ball in which direction was coming? In same direction, she's gone. As soon as ball was hit with the bat, the ball direction changes. It was coming from elsewhere. So if the net force on the body is 0, then there is no change in direction. No change will occur in direction. No. And neither can its speed be changed. Remember this, beta. Force is required to change a body speed. Force is required, beta, to change a body's direction. Force is required, beta. Okay, net force is 0, no change in speed, no change in direction. What's more? It is force. Two forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. That is, their magnitude, that is, the value is equal but opposite in direction. Such forces are called balanced force. Balanced force. Come on, tell me the next one. Now tell me what will be the net force here. In this case, what will be the net force? Pause and comment by how much it will be. 200 plus 120, 320 Newton. Yes or no? Yes or no? I'll come out and hit. I swear, I'm telling you. You take me as a joke. What will you add these two? Are you crazy? It's going 200 this way, 120 that way. So how much total is applied by? The total should be 200 minus 120. 200 minus 120. Here 200, here 120. Total force of this side. How much is applied? 80 Newton. Sorry. Master, now we will hit you. No opportunity. But I was just testing you whether you can catch it or not. How much is this? 80 Newton. Yes or no? 80 is more than that side. 80 Newton is applied from this side. Now tell me what will happen. If this is at rest, it would start moving. The speed would start increasing. If it were in motion, maybe its direction would have changed because force is applied. Assume if it were moving like this, the force was applied like that. Suppose something is moving. In front of me, ball is going. Patta, I hit it. Its direction would change. It will change. Beta, force is required for direction change. Write it in the copy. To change speed, to change direction, force is needed. If it's needed, it's needed. Amber. You also used to get angry with parents like this when they beat you. You yourself are beaten. You are ashamed of it, but you lock the room and angry. What? We will not eat food. I'll not eat food. You can hit me. Oh, have food, beta. Parents too, yaar. First they used to hit. Mother would hit. She would hit until her ankles broke. Then she would get food with love. Have food. Have food. I will not eat. I will leave the house and go. Next day in the morning, wearing her same school uniform. Where are you going? Leaving the house. School. Again, Mummy. Ha, bhaiya. So what was I saying? We all forgot. In this case, what happens? In this case, direction is changed. In such case, speed changes. Direction can also be changed. Maybe it doesn't change. Hey, chill a little, understand. Yaar. Physics not such that you will charm and write. All possibilities are there. Assume a ball. Assume that one tire is spinning and going forward like this. It's coming forward like this. If I hit it from behind, its speed will increase, but the direction would remain same. Assume a tire is coming. If I hit it from behind, its speed would increase, but direction would remain the same. Imagine a football is coming towards me, coming, and with my foot like this, todok, I kick on this side. So its direction will change. So beta, such forces which are unequal but opposite, they are called unbalanced. Balancing couldn't happening by. Balancing was spoiled. Weight is not equal. Force on this side more and this side is less. Unbalanced force. In such a case, the net force is not zero. Is net force zero? No. How much is net force? 80 Newton. In which direction? In this direction. Net force is not zero. What can happen? Speed can change, bhaiya. What else can happen? Direction can also change, bhaiya. And both can happen too. Maybe the speed changes and the direction changes too. You like this? Throw me the lollipop ball. We play the cricket, right? The underarm one, like this, we throw the ball downwards. Throw like this slowly, and I take your head like patak. So you throw me the total lully ball, like this, lully. Throw like this and patak, I hit it. Ball speed increased. Ball direction changed. It was coming like this. So speed and direction both can change also. So change in speed or change in direction or both can happen. Two forces are unequal in magnitude and opposite in direction. What is this called? Unbalanced force. Unequal in magnitude and opposite in direction. So there are these two forces, balanced and unbalanced. Okay, comment and tell me what would be the net force in this case. Speak away too. What is the net force? Let me take you the question. Here is a block and above it 2 Newton is applied. And below it here is 4 Newton is applied. And on this side it's pulled by 5 Newton. And on this side, let's assume 5 Newton is pulling it. Now tell me what is the net force on it? Is it balanced or unbalanced? Do comment. What is net force? Balanced or unbalanced? Master has put 4 force. Okay, bhai, do it and tell. Come bhai, let's see the difference. Who's a balanced and unbalanced force? See here, what is the force is like? Unbalanced. 10 Newton on this side, 6 Newton on that side. Everyone will come on this side. Tell me, yes or no? This side has more, this side is less. And what is this? Balanced. This side is 20 Newton, this side has 20 Newton. Net force, 0. Let's go. Let's say, unbalanced forces. 2 or more forces act on a body and net force is not 0. Will the net force be 0? No, it is not 0. Tell me in this case, F net. How much would F net be? 0. No, like this. What does this mean? Not 0. How much is F net here then? How much would F net be, beta? 4 Newton. Yes or no? That's right. 4 Newton. You can also write minus. It's your wish. Because it's behind, it's your wish. So net force is not 0. Right there, if we talk about balanced, two or more forces act on a body and the net force is zero. Beta, there will be two forces which will act on the body, and what will be the net force? It will be zero. Look at this. How much would be F? It would be zero. Next thing, there can be a change in speed of object. In this case, speed of the object can be changed. Force is applied. No change in the speed of object. As long as the force is not applied, the speed of object will not change. There can be a change in direction of motion of an object. Force is being applied, direction of motion can be changed. And here, no change in direction of motion of an object. As long as the force is not applied, neither the speed will change nor the direction. It's not possible. Here it can happen. The object has some acceleration. Object has zero acceleration. Acceleration, do you remember it? Yes, in last chapter I read it. Acceleration is b minus. Do you remember what was acceleration? Change in velocity upon time. If velocity would change, then acceleration would occur. If the velocity does not change, then the acceleration will not happen. In this case, see, the velocity is not changing. Neither the speed is changing nor the direction. That means velocity did not change. See, no change in speed, no change in direction. Neither the speed changed nor the direction. That means velocity did not change. If velocity don't change, then how much is the acceleration? Zero. In this case, either the speed will change or the direction, that is velocity change. And if velocity changes, then what will happen? Acceleration. Revise acceleration a little. A is equal to, do you remember? In the last chapter I taught you, A is equal to B minus U divided by T. Change in velocity upon time. In this case, is the speed changing? If the speed is not changing, if the speed getting changed, because there is force, speed can increase. If the speed will change, then acceleration will happen. In this case, tell me, can the speed change? There is no force, bhaiya. Net force is zero. No change in speed. If speed did not change and V and U are the same, what was U? Initial velocity. What was V? Final. Now, bhaiya, if there is no force, then velocity will not change. If the velocity did not change, then what would be acceleration? Zero. So you have to remember these differences between balanced and unbalanced. Is it clear what is balanced? When two equal opposite force. Net force zero. Net force zero. Speed will not change. Direction will not change. Acceleration will be what? Speed will not change, so zero. Unbalanced force. Unequal and opposite force. Unequal and opposite force. Net force is not zero. Speed change can happen. Direction change can happen. And acceleration too would happen. Very good. Let's move forward. Next is beta Newton's first law of motion. What does Newton's first law say? Newton, sir, read some rules and laws and placing them in front of you. Sir, Isaac Newton, history. What is history? He is saying that an object which is at rest will remain at rest. An object which is in motion will remain in motion. And it will keep happening until no external force is applied. An object at rest will remain at rest. An object in motion will remain in motion until some force not applied. Then only the stopped body will start moving. If force is applied, then the moving body will stop. Same thing Isaac Newton sir said. In the first law, total 3 laws you have to study. 3 laws. I'll try of messing things up. First law, a body remains in a state of rest or of uniform motion. We'll understand this. In a straight line, unless an external force is applied on it. What it is saying? A body that is at rest will remain or in its uniform motion, meaning the speed at which it is moving, it will continue to move at the speed. Uniform motion means constant speed, no change in speed. So, a body remains in a state of rest. What's at rest will remain at rest. Or of uniform motion. If it's moving at the constant speed, then it will keep moving at constant speed, keep moving. In a straight line, if it's moving in a straight line, then it will keep moving in a straight line, keep moving, unless an external force is applied on it. So, bhaiya, until you will not apply the force, till then, what's at rest will stay at rest. An object that is moving at certain speed will continue to move at the same speed. Until a force is applied, its speed will neither increase nor decrease. And the third point, in a straight line, any object will continue moving in the same direction it was going until force is applied. In short, this is what it said. What? An object remain in its state of rest or of uniform motion along a straight line until and unless an external force is applied on it. An object remains in its state of rest or of uniform motion. They are moving at constant speed, moving. The line on which they are moving, on the same line, they will keep moving until an external force changes the direction. Until external force change the speed. By if I hit it from behind, speed will increase. If I hit it from front, speed will decrease. If I hit it from side, direction will change. That is what first law says. Pretty simple, right? What is it saying? Very simple. A body at rest will remain at rest unless an external force is applied. What is at rest will remain at rest till you apply force. It won't move. Any magic. A body in motion will remain in motion with same speed in the same direction unless an external force is applied. Like this ball, it is moving at 5 meters per second, moving at 5 meters per second, moving at 5 meters per second, moving. As long as you will not apply external force on it, neither its speed can increase nor can it decrease. Its direction can also not change. Now here just assume one thing. What kind of surface is this? It's smooth. I'll explain it later why I mentioned it. Anyway, so Newton's first law clear first. I will tell you this again. I tell you later. Concept will be clear. Newton's first law. Say it with me. What? An object remains in state of rest or of uniform motion. Uniform means same speed along a straight line unless an external force is applied. What is at rest will remain at rest. Whatever is moving at certain speed will keep moving at the same speed and in the same direction as long as an external force is applied. This is the first law. An object remains in a state of rest or in uniform motion along a straight line unless an external force is applied. Now look at an example of this. You'll understand it better. I'll have to explain it your way. So now I'll explain when Newton's first law of motion in your way. You beta are the object. That's you. There are books lying next to you. Where are your books? Let's assume your books are at rest. If your books are at rest, look. If your books, look, I'm explaining the first law in your style. First law, Newton's first law of motion in the Gen Z era. Let's assume these are your books. If your books are at rest, they'll start at rest until an external force comes in. Until mummy shows up, you left your books open, but you don't have to study. I just have to do all this. Tomorrow you won't even get a job. Until the external force comes here, books was on rest and it will remain at rest. A body at rest will remain at rest unless an external force is applied. Now look at the second one. All properly and calmly. Imagine you're sitting and scrolling days, watching shorts on YouTube one by one, scrolling like this. What's happening? Motion is happening. A body in motion will remain in motion with the same speed in the reels are playing until and unless an external force is applied. What is that? An external force. You don't understand anything. Always on your phone. You will become nothing by this. Look at Gupta ji's son. Moving on. A body in motion will remain in motion unless an external force is applied. Dad walks in like this. Word still on your phone. You're all on your phone. And immediately you throw the phone away instantly. Why? Because you were in motion, just scrolling. With same speed it's going. The moment force enters, yeah, game over. I understand that thing. This is our bro, it's his girlfriend, and this is you. This is you. I will give you a good role, don't take tension. Just see you. Everything will going to happen with you. Wait. Trust on your master. Today, I am going to fix your date. These two GFBF, as you guys say. Yes, there's love between them. Their love is in the same direction. Their love is for each other. 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 The direction of love is the same. This direction doesn't change until an external force comes in. The moment a third person enters between these two, this changes. And will start. So, A body in motion will remain in motion in the same direction. The law between them will keep flowing in the same direction until an external force shows up. So it's like this. This is a good way to study. Now don't write in a test like this. What is Newton's first law? Sir, place the book at rest. I'll stay at rest until mummy starts shouting. They'll ask, which teacher are you studying from? Please don't do this. Please. Now look, there is one more word. If you pay attention in this whole story, there is one more word you did not question. Though you don't know enough physics yet to ask too many questions. External force is written again and again. External force is written again and again. External force, external force. You seen it, right? The word keeps showing up again and again. What? External force. Then what? External force. Force is of two types. External means outside. Internal means inside. Better the inside force, it will not work. That's why Newton itself, in the first law, he writes external force very clearly. External force is required to change the state of rest or the state of motion of a body. You need external force. I'll explain. It's you lying down at night. You don't do anything productive all day. Just roaming around here and there. Hey, bye. Do you want to cover there? Come on, let's play some Alakh. Let's talk about that, girl. It will be fun. You know what? My dad has this huge, and this nonsense goes all day. Guys talk a lot, like a lot. Guys talk a lot. It's full on Panchayati Raj. And then at night when the boys lie down to sleep, then I'm such a terrible person. I am on my phone all day. I don't study. I swear a lot. Sir, you know I know everything. I say dirty things. I'm so dirty, chichi. I even steal 20 rupees from home sometimes. All this guilt hits at night. It's internal guilt. It's an internal force. Next morning they wake up and start the same nonsense again. Internal force can't change your state, bhaiya. You need external force, and when Papa's bag lands, dhar, that's when all these habits disappear. At night you must be crying thinking I'm such a terrible person. From tomorrow I'll be a better man. Then morning comes and again the disgusting habits. Internal force cannot change its states. What do we need? External force, outside force. Got it? Let's move on. Now let's understand the real world story. Means I told you earlier, the body is in motion, will always remain in motion until an external force is applied. But tell me something, when we play football or do something like that, you kick the football and the while it stops. Oh, was Newton wrong? Liar, Newton chacha. He fooled us. Let's think calmly. No rush. You kick the football, it flew, then stop. There must have been some external force, right? What stopped the ball? Grass. What does the grass apply to the ball? Friction. It applies an opposite force. I teach you a bit about the friction later. It's not really a big part of your syllabus. So what was applied on the ball? Friction. Where it's applied, the opposite side of it's moving by grass or whatever surface it was. Now imagine we are riding bicycle. Suddenly you stop pedaling. You just Newton chacha. A body in motion will remain in motion with the same speed in the same straight line until an external force is applied. You stop pedaling, you think you'll reach your school automatically. Bro, why aren't you pedaling? Trusting Newton chacha. But the cycle stopped. Why it stopped, bhaiya? Was Newton chacha lying? No, he was in line. Your concept messed up. Newton chacha spoke the truth. What happened was, when you stopped pedaling, the cycle should have kept in moving a straight line at the same speed. But better, there's force called friction. Friction. A beast, a nasty force. What does it do? It acts opposite to your motion always. It was opposing you the whole time. Even the air was pushing you back. That's called air drag. Forget it. The air was pushing you back. The ground was pulling you back too. Oh, because of friction. That's why the cycle stopped, because there is external force. So the laws are not force. Don't overthink it. If beta this world were a vacuum, there was a vacuum in the world. If there were no friction, no rubbing, and you picked up a ball and threw it, then what ball would keep moving forward forever. It would just keep going. If you leave this earth, you leave the earth and reach the space beta, and you take a ball and throw it straight like this. So beta, it will keep moving state, but here's the catch. Even there, Earth tries to pull it back. Gravitational force. Let's assume you reach a part of space where there's no planet, no star, no satellite, just you poor soul stuck out there, and you take a ball and throw it straight and write it on, Babita, I love you. It will keep going, and will never stop, not for eternity. Until the end of the universe, the ball will never stop. It will keep moving at the same speed in the same direction because there is no external force present there. Feel it now? Look at this. When you saw ice hockey, though it's a rich people game, we play gilli danda. We are cricket folks, really. Ice hockey. You're not one of those. Oh, Melo, Sealer, Salo types, right? I know all your antics. Sneaking into girls' games, joining their groups. I know everything. Some boys do all that, yeah. So what happens in the ice hockey? There's this puck, and when you hit on the ice, putt, it goes. It just keeps sliding. What is it, beta? Because in the case of ice, friction is very low. Sir, what is friction? Friction is an opposing force, a stopping force, a resisting force. So nice friction is very low. That's why it keeps sliding for a long time. You hit it once, put, and it goes still. Here Newton's law seems to apply more strongly. Well, it's actually working just the same because the ball stopped only when external force acted on it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have stopped. All right, this concept is clear. Let's understand inertia now. What is inertia? What is inertia? In simple language, inertia means stubbornness, which you have a lot. You are absolutely packed with inertia, beta. Inertia means stubbornness. It's the tendency of a body to resist whatever you try to do. Simple. Whatever you do, we will resist it. Simple. That's all inertia. Whatever you do, we will oppose it. What is inertia? The property of an object to oppose any change in its state of rest of uniform motion. We will oppose by, we are inertia. It's like that opposition party in the government, the one that does his election and then opposes everything the ruling party does. They will oppose everything. So, the property of an object to oppose any change in its state of rest or uniform motion. That property is called stubbornness in inertia, which you have plenty of. Stubbornness, sir, you got lots of it. Look into your own heart. You never listen to anyone. I'll do it my way. Now understand one thing. More the mass, more the inertia. Obviously, the bigger something is, the more stubborn it will be. Now imagine this cycle. Hey, ladybird, sweet little cycle, the ladies one. Younger siblings have it rough. If they got older siblings, then end up with used ladies cycle. I got ladies cycle. It was my sister's, 2 years older than me. I used to ride it to school and sir, don't even ask. It was too embarrassing. Parents will never understand. It really hurt, yaar. Old memories. Yeah. Now imagine I give that cycle a push. What will happen? It will roll and fall. It will move, right? You will give it a push, it will go. Now try to push a car. Push a car. Will it move? No. Will you come? No. Because car is very stubborn. It's saying we won't leave our state of rest. Why? Because the car has more mass. The greater the mass, the greater the inertia. Inertia means stubbornness, the refusal to change its state. The more mass something has, the more stubborn it is about not changing its state. The cycle, it moves easily. The car, it won't move. We are not moving. Got it? So we need to understand two types of inertia. What is inertia? It's the property of an object to resist or oppose. What's written here? Oppose. That's simpler word for you. The property of an object to oppose any change in its state of rest or of uniform motion. What does uniform motion mean? Motion at the same speed. Motion that continues constant speed. Whatever speed it's moving, it will move at same speed. Sir, I can't believe this. Let me explain. Look ahead. Understand what comes next. Newton's first law, called law of inertia. The law of inertia is nothing but Newton's first law itself. But some people never mention this. Some think the law of inertia is something else. That inertia is one thing and Newton's law is another. Arey dada, read your books properly. What? It is just Newton's laws of motion. First, NLM. You are not the only one who can make abbreviations. GNS, DTC, LIOM, LUQ. I know them too. Whoever knows the full form, drop in the comments. GNS, DTC, LUKMU. I know them too. Newton's first law of motion is simply the law of inertia. The first law says the same thing. Whatever state an object is in, it will stay in that way. A body at rest will remain at rest until a force is applied. A body in motion will remain in motion with the same speed in the same line until a force is applied. That's what exactly inertia says too. We won't move. We won't stop. If we are moving, we will keep moving. That's the law of inertia, and that's the Newton first law of motion. They are the same thing. Now there are two types of inertia. First, it's inertia of rest. What is that? An object at rest will remain at rest unless an external force is applied. That's it. Simple. That's the law of inertia. Two forms of law of inertia. First, inertia of rest. Second, inertia of motion. The law of inertia isn't some separate thing. It's just Newton's first law. So first type, inertia of rest, means an object at rest will stay at rest until an external force is applied. Now an example. You probably seen this magic trick. What's done? Some uncles do it. Those uncles who visit home. But let me show you a magic trick. But bring me a glass. Get me a playing card. Give me a cardboard. Give me a coin. Uncle, I'm leaving. Take your magic somewhere else. So they place a coin on top of the clipboard, which is placed over the glass. Then they flick the cardboard, tuck, just like that, tuck. And what happens? The cardboard flies off and the coin drops straight into the glass. Then they say, see magic. It's not a magic. Newton Sacha explained this long ago. What happened when you flip cardboard, tuck, the cardboard moved. Why? Because you applied force. The cardboard went into motion. But the coin is stubborn. Coin is very stubborn. He's saying, I'm at rest. We'll stay at rest. It touches the cardboard. You go, cha-cha, shh, fly away. And the coin drops down. Why did it fall? Gravity put it down. The coin said, we are not moving. No force was applied to us. You cardboard, you got the force, you go. We are stubborn. Inertia of rest. You want to leave? Fine. We'll step out. And the moment cardboard goes, cha-cha, the coin flips down. The coin falls into glass when the card is flicked suddenly. Suddenly, we flick the card. Why? Due to inertia of rest. Simple. Write this in your exam. Due to inertia of rest. The coin remains at rest while the card moves away and the coin falls into the glass. Simple. Due to inertia of rest. Where was the coin? At rest. It was at rest and it will stay at rest. You flick the card goes flying off. And the coin, it doesn't stick with the card. His idea go, I am very stubborn. Okay, I'm going. The moment leave, due to inertia of rest. Next example. You played carom, right? Carom. There's a lot of cheating in the game. But the most fun shot is like one. Tuck, tuck. Yeah. Like that, carom. In carom, when you strike with a striker, this often happens, the coin at the bottom, or the goti we call it. There is no better word. Below that goti is that removed and the other goti dharat fall down. It happens the bottom one shoot out and the rest will stand out still. Sometimes even straight up. We look at it and go, wow, what a shot. Imagine a hated bottom coin flies out, the rest stays as we were. What happened? You applied force to the striker. The striker hit the bottom coin. So the bottom coin moved. And the rest, they were all at rest. They told the bottom coin, we are stubborn. Inertia of rest, we are at rest, we'll stay at rest. You want to go, go. The bottom coin goes and the rest just stand there. Sometimes if your luck's bad, they fall over by chance. Same concept. Only the bottom coin removed when a fast moving striker, not sticker, PT wali didi, striker, yes, striker. When fast moving striker hits the pile, due to inertia of rest, all the above coins remains at rest. They said we are not moving. While the bottom coin moves away as it is hit by our striker, hence the coins above, being at rest, fall vertically on the board. They were all at rest. The bottom coin got knocked out and they fall down. Alright, let's look at another example. Yes, now we are traveling by bus. A passenger standing in a bus falls backward when the bus starts moving suddenly. We are in the bus, bhai. Ticket. No seats left. Stand up. We are standing now. Now the bus is about to start. Haven't you? You are standing in the bus and suddenly the bus juts. No. What just happened, bhaiya? The bus is moving forward, but why we are going backward? There is a ghost in the bus. Ghost. We are standing in the bus. Bus like the bus suddenly. Bus driver. Oh, the bus driver, bhaiya. There is a so dangerously like zoom out. Truck driver only have rumors. The real player is only the bus drivers. He will play song. Oh, chand se parida kijiye, and no fast. So the moment started, you are like, boo, what is this? A passenger standing in a bus falls backwards when the bus starts moving suddenly. You fall. Why? Let's break it down, Kamri. The bus was at rest, and so you were. Your whole body was at rest. The bus moved. Your feet were in contact with the bus. They were touching the bus. So your feet moved too. But the rest of your body, your same stubbornness, we are at rest, inertia of rest. So, bhaiya, your feet went forward with the bus and your body went backward like that. In reality, your body didn't go backward. Actually, your feet moved forward. Oh, are you getting the feel of physics? Actually, you didn't fall backward. Your foot was in contact with the surface of the bus. These are your feet. Your dirty feet that you never washed. They start washing them. What were they, bhai? They were in contact with the bus and they moved with it. But you kept standing there. So it felt like you fell backward. What is this? Inertia of rest. Look, no matter how much fun I make this, in the exam, no fun you will have to write. You will have to write it. What you will write? Due to inertia of rest. Make sure you write that. Half a marks come just from that. The legs or feet of the passenger in contact with bus starts moving. The leg of yours or the sole of your foot or your feet, what are they? In contact with bus starts moving with the bus. But the upper body remains at rest due to inertia and falls backward. The upper body will not move. The feet say will move. You go ahead, darak, and back, fall down. Next, some leaves, fruits detach and fall when we shake the branch of a tree. You must have done this, haven't you? Imagine this. It's a branch of a tree. If I shake it like this, you're very stubborn, yaar. Please work. This doesn't happen. 1 or 2 leaves drop. And they were told to bring good leaves. So, some leaves, giri, sir, you have cheated. Hey, giri. I say you must have seen this or not. When you and Babita go, but this has never happened. But imagine it someday. You both go and grab tree or a small plant like this, start shaking like it like this. What happens? Out of it, sometimes a mango falls, sometimes a guava falls, sometimes the leaf shed. What's going on? See, when you shake the tree moved. But the leaves and fruits, those leaves, those mangoes, those leaves or those guavas, stubborn. We are at rest. So that branch went away. The branch that they were hanging from that moved. But we are at rest. Now stay at rest. And they fell down like pata. That's why beta, too much stubbornness is not good in life. Improve yourself. Master. So beta, some leaves and fruit detach and fall when we shake the branch of tree. Again, due to inertia of rest, half a mark is done. When the branch is shaken suddenly, when we shake the branch moves, but the fruit leaves remain at rest. They are saying will not move. Why? Here's the branch and here's the fruit hanging on it. We shake the branch, it says I am moving. This is saying I am staying put. It's saying go, darak, it falls. But the fruit leaves remains at rest due to inertia, and some fruit leaves may separate from branch and fall down. Some is gonna be separate and some will gonna fall down. Now let's see the next one. We jerk wet clothes before hanging them to dry. You must have seen when mummy brings out wet clothes, what does she do? Do I have my clothes with me here? Yes. Now before mummy hangs the wet clothes, what does she do? Are, dada. Oh, I'm soaked. Water is best. So beta, we should wet clothes. What happens by soaking? Water gets out, but the clothes stays in place. Why does that happen? We should wet clothes before hanging them to dry it. So the holy for me here, I am drenched. Sir, you are saying why did I got wet? All the droplets fell on my face. How do I show you? So by what happened? When you shook the wet cloth, it fell on the smart board. What happened when you shook the cloth? So clothes fabric, it's moving. But the water droplet sitting on the cloth, stubborn. We are at rest, we will not move. The droplet was on the cloth moved down, the droplet stayed there. The cloth stripped from under it and the droplet fell down due to inertia of rest. That's it. This is done to separate water droplets from clothes. When we shook cloth, the cloth fabric moves. The fabric of the cloth moves. Great. But the water droplet remain at the rest due to inertia of rest and fall down separating from the clothes. Got it? You gave it a jerk. So the cloth moved by into motion, but the water droplets on top of it are saying we are at rest. The cloth slipped out from underneath and this was a droplet. It slipped down due to inertia of rest. Next, a carpet is beaten with a stick. Dust comes out of it. Have you seen the carpet? If you hit it hard with the stick, What comes out of it? Dust comes out, right? Look, I have a carpet here. If I hit it with this, oh bhai saab, it's a whole scene now. Arey bhai saab, what's happening? 1 second, let's fix the vibe. So what is it? A carpet is beaten with a stick, dust comes out. Why does this happen? Bhai, when you hit the carpet with a stick, applied force, the carpet moved backward, but those dust particles on carpet were at rest. They didn't move backward with the carpet, they stayed still. And when they stayed still, bhaiya, if you stubborn, you will fall. Smoke reduced. For a moment, it felt like we'd have to stop the shoot. It was magic. So due to inertia of rest, when the carpet is beaten, the carpet fabric moves. The fabric of the carpet starts moving. But the dust particles remain at rest due to inertia of rest and hence fall down. The dust particles, stubbornness, we are at rest. They hit the carpet moved backward. The dust particles didn't move, so they fell down because of inertia of rest. Clear? Yes, bhaiya, there was so much smoke, we had to stop the recording. Now let's read about inertia of motion. What is this? This is also kind of stubbornness shown by an object. What kind of stubbornness? The stubbornness of motion. That if an object is in motion, then the speed at which it is moving and the direction in which it is moving, it will keep moving like that, keep moving until some external force is applied. This is the second law of inertia of motion. What does it say? An object in motion will remain in motion, will keep moving, its stubbornness by, with the same speed along a straight line unless an external force is applied. It will keep running in a straight line like at the same speed until some external force acts on it. There's a very sweet example of this, comes in exam too, bhai. What's the example? A passenger standing in a moving bus falls forward when the driver applies the brake suddenly. Now you will say, sir, the bus example is in both in the rest and motion. Use your brain and answer. Think calmly. A passenger standing in a moving bus. Bus is running. I'm standing inside it. You travel like this, right? Hanging onto the rail. And some uncle next to you even fall asleep sometimes. Okay, fine. That was a train sound. But anyway, we are in the bus. It's moving. And the bus driver is full Sigma type, bhai. A different breed altogether. He's got his own swag. Suddenly he's like, bhaiya, and the bus speeds up. And then out of nowhere, brake. Why suddenly brake is applied? The bus stops. Now the floor of the bus, the ground, my feet are touching it. The bus stops. So my feet stop too. But my upper body that is still in motion. I was moving with the bus, right? Bus is moving, I'm moving, bus is moving, I'm moving. Suddenly it stopped. My feet stop. But my upper body doesn't stop, sir. And then auntie logon ki panchayat. Oh, what happened? Feet stopped, but the rest of the body, the upper body didn't stop. Got it? So what is this? Due to inertia of motion. Write that down, beta. You will get the half marks just for that. When the bus suddenly stops, the legs or feet of the passenger in contact with the bus comes to rest along with the bus. Now as soon as the bus stops, your feet or the soles of your feet or whatever part of your feet, they will come to rest too. Why? Because your feet are in contact with the bus and the bus has stopped. But your upper body is still in motion. Why? Inertia of motion. The bus was moving, we are moving with it. The bus was moving, we are moving with it. Then it stopped, but the upper body didn't stop. So what happens? You will fall forward. That's it. His upper body is in motion due to inertia and hence he falls forward, and it will could be he or she, beta. Okay. We are not judging anyone by gender. Let's move to the next point. Next thing is why we wear the seat belts. In the car, if you are sitting, if your bhaiya is sitting beside you, they will say, do not wear seat belt. Your bhai will drive the car, no seat belt. It's enjoyable, but wear it. Always wear seat belt. Now imagine, the car is moving, speeding up, you're moving. Your body is also in motion with car. The car is in motion, your body is in motion. The car is in motion, your body is in motion. Suddenly, let's say, a dog appears in front. Kutta bhai, doggish boy is a different level of chaos bhai. He'll stand anywhere. No one is Sigma like him. Doggish bhai is a different kind of value. He's standing on the road looking like this. Now we'll have to set the brakes. Doggish bhai have to be saved. To save the doggish bhai, you hit the brake. After braking, car stopped, but your body was in motion with the car. The car stopped, but the body says we are still in motion to the inertia of motion. The car stopped, but the body kept moving. Your face hit with the steering wheel. Or maybe you flew out through the windshield. You hit the brake. Passenger next to you. Let's say I'm driving. I hit the brake and the passenger next to me is having a blast and they are moving in the car. Let's play the music. It's rather fun. Play the music in the car, play the music. Head for the party, play music. Suddenly at the oh, straight out bhaiya in one go. What is this? Inertia of motion. What is this? When a moving car stops suddenly, our body still remains in motion due to inertia of motion. The body is still in motion. We may collide with the front panel or the glass of the car, right? With the front panel or glass, or could even crash through it, tear it apart and fly out and get hurt. To prevent such injury, safety belts are worn or used. That's why we wear safety belt, beta. Now even bhaiya hits the brake and we are thrown forward, the seat belt will hold us back. Always wear safety belt. Clear? So with that, your first loss comes to end. Now you are going to learn something new. Momentum. What is it? Momentum. Its symbol is capital P. Momentum. Momentum, beta, is a quantity in physics, just like force. It's a quantity. Just like mass is a quantity. Just like speed is a quantity. In the same way, momentum is a quantity. It's defined as the product of mass and velocity. Very simple. Mass and velocity. Suppose there's an object, its mass is m, and let's say it's moving with velocity v. So what is it? Momentum, which we call p. What is it? It's mass into velocity. P is momentum, m is mass, v is velocity. Simple. It's nothing. Product of mass and velocity. Momentum is a vector quantity. Oh yes, it has direction too. Has magnitude and direction. That means it has both value and direction is also there. The direction of momentum will be the same as the direction of velocity. The direction of velocity is the direction of momentum. Now the SI unit of momentum. You tell me, what's the SI unit of mass? Kilogram, SI unit. What's the SI unit of velocity? Meter per second. So what do we get? Kg meter per second. Let's do a quick question. Calculate the momentum of a bullet of mass 0.02 kg. I have got the mass now. What else? It's moving with speed. So we have the velocity. How much is it? 1000 meter per second. What do we need to find? Momentum. Symbol of momentum, capital P. So mass into velocity, 0.02 into 1000. Okay. Now we remove the decimal. Now 2 zeros will come down. 2 heads cancel 2 heads. What do we get? You know how to remove heads? Remove the decimal. Add 2 zeros. 2 heads are cancelled by 2 heads. What do we get? 20. Now what's the unit, beta? What's the moment of unit? Kg meter per second. SI unit. Kg meter per second. Let's move ahead. Now imagine in the exam you get a reasoning question. How can a small bullet can kill a person? A tiny bullet, and no one speaks after it. Why? It's so small, how can kill it someone? Everyone knows it moves very fast, sir. It's small but travels at high speed. So in this case of a bullet, if I look at it, the mass of bullet is not large. The mass is very small. How much does bullet weight? Around 200 grams. It's very lightweight, but it has a high velocity. What's more on it? Velocity. So the momentum is very high. What is momentum? Mass into velocity. Even if the mass is low, the velocity is very high. If the bullet has this mass, its velocity beta goes to the something like 1000 meter per second. That's how much fast a bullet travels. So because of that, what becomes high? Momentum. Momentum somewhere gives us the feel of how much impact something will create. It's a tiny bullet, the mass is low, but speed is so much that it will hit by strongly. So momentum gives you feels that how much it will hurt you, how much pain it will give. And speaking of pain, sir, it reminds me of Hara every time. Sir, I don't feel like living anymore. Those 9th class chicken kids. Pardon my language, but those little chicks of 9th grade. Sir, without her, I can't live. She was my first and last love in life. Now I will live alone for life. Sir, this life will pass in solitude. We'll live once. We'll die once. Love happens only once, sir. You're crazy. A truck moving. Next day, Aishwarya will visit the neighborhood. A truck moving with very small speed can kill a person. Now see this. A big truck, but it's moving slowly. Suppose the truck is crawling along with you, will be able to stop it with hand. Why, bhaiya? It's slow, just stop it. No, you won't be able to. Why? Because this time the velocity is low, but the mass is very high. So even this slow moving truck can crush you flat. So this time, even though we said the speed may be very less, the mass of the truck is huge. 1000 kg, 10,000 kg mass. What's the mass of a truck, beta? 10,000 kg. 10,000 kg. Now even if its velocity is just 5 meter per second, it still mess you up by multiplied 5, what? 50,000 kg. That means the momentum is very high. What's high? So momentum is very high. So momentum is made of two things, mass and velocity. If you want to feel what momentum really is, how it is felt, it's about how forcefully something hits. This doesn't depend only on velocity. It also depends on mass. Even a slowly moving truck can be dangerous. Why? Because its mass is very high. So momentum is mass into velocity. Clear? These two will come in exam. Please write down. Why bullet is small but can also kill a person? Why? Because of its velocity, sir. So momentum is high. A truck moves slowly but still can kill the person because its mass is huge. So momentum is high. Next thing. Momentum is a vector quantity. It has magnitude and direction. Chalo, let's calculate the momentum of this one and this one. I have already explained you vector quantity in the force. Now comment what the answer will be. Momentum of this one and this one. Both. Pause and comment. Let's see if it's correct or not. Let's see. Why? Let's see. Okay, so what's the momentum here? Momentum is P. And P is equal to mass into velocity. Mass into velocity. So 1 into 10. How much is it? 10 kg meter per second. What's the momentum of this one, beta? Same formula applies here too. Mass into velocity. How much is mass? 1. How much is this? 5. So 5 kg meter per second. Everyone got the same? It's the same. Is it 10 and 5? Got it, got it. Give yourself a pat on the back. Why? Because you are a big fool. Why, bhaiya? Are mere bhai, it's vector quantity. What did I teach you? Vector quantity. If it's positive in one direction, then it's negative, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Sir. I made a mistake, sir. Please forgive me. Sir, it won't happen again, please. By momentum is a vector quantity. Vector quantity, if this is the origin, in this direction it's positive and in the opposite direction it will be negative. Look carefully, this ball is moving in this direction. So how should be the momentum here? It should be positive. But this ball is running toward the origin in the negative direction. In the negative direction, it's running. So what will be the momentum here? Minus 5 kg meter per second. Now in exam, sometimes they ask, what's the magnitude? What do they say? Tell the magnitude of momentum. When they ask of magnitude, then plus or minus doesn't matter. You just have to give the value. Listen carefully. If they ask magnitude, just give the value. But if it asks for momentum, then you must include plus minus sign. Otherwise, you will get 0 and that. Clear? Bhai, what kind of quantity is momentum? Vector. Means it has direction. If we take momentum in this direction as positive, which is generally done, then the positive, this will be negative. So the momentum positive and that one is negative. Very good, bhai. Let's move ahead. Now we come to Newton's second law. The second law. Second law is very simple and straightforward. There's formula. What does it say? The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the external force, and the change in momentum takes place in the direction of the force. What is he saying, sir? It's related to momentum. That's why we explain momentum a bit earlier. Did you understand momentum? Mass into velocity. What's the unit? Mass in kg, velocity is in meter per second. So kg meter per second. Momentum depends on two things, mass and velocity. It's a vector quantity. If it's positive in one direction, it will be negative. Now I have come to Newton's second law. What is it saying? The rate of change of momentum of an object is directly proportional to the unbalanced force. What does unbalanced mean? Simple. It means total external force, all the external force, total, applied, and the change in momentum is in the direction of the force. If we write in simple language, it's saying the force is proportional to the rate of change in momentum. Absolutely correct. Now, beta, if I write rate, with anything if I write rate, its meaning is divide by time. If front of anything I write rate, in physics learn from here in 9, 10th, 11, 12th. If anywhere it write rate, it means divide by time. So what is it saying? The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the unbalanced force. What does unbalanced force mean? Total external force. How much force? Simple. F is proportional to the rate of change of momentum. Now, if rate is mentioned anywhere, it means you have to divide it with time. So F is proportional to change in momentum upon time. Anywhere you see rate, beta, whatever it's attached to, divide that thing by time. F is proportional to change in momentum upon time. Beta, in this world, whenever we remove the proportionality sign and bring the equal to sign, one constant k we have to add. Whenever, anywhere in the world, you go from proportionality sign to equal to sign, you must add a k along with it. I am teaching you all these basic things of physics. Anywhere in the world, if you remove the proportionality sign, bring to the equal to sign, what will be add? K. We added it. So F is equals to K, change in momentum upon time. What is this change in momentum upon time? What is this? This is rate of change of momentum. It is rate of change of momentum, meaning change in momentum upon time. Then we did experiments, lot of experiments inside the lab all over the world. And we saw that the value of K is coming out of 1. This K that we took, what value did get? Got 1 after experiment. We kept the value of K as 1 and we got F is equals to change in momentum upon time. You should memorize this formula. F is equals to change in momentum upon time. You must remember this formula. F is equals to change in momentum upon time. This formula to derive force. Till now the force formula we had not read. For the first time we had read. What is Newton's second law? Force is directly proportional to rate of change. This is the second law. This is second law. Now I said if there is rate, then change in momentum, divide the momentum by time. I said if instead of proportionality equal to is to be put, then bring a k. With experiment we saw what value is k is coming. It's 1. So k's value was kept 1. F is equal to change in momentum upon time. So this beta you should memorize and this too you should remember. F is equals to change in momentum upon time. Formula of force is found. Let's go. Let's assume there is a body with mass m. It's moving with the velocity u. After some time its velocity become v. How can this happen? Who changes the velocity? What does? Who does? Velocity change, who does? Force does. So clearly some force must have been applied. है ना? This is what we have read again, that the velocity will not change until the speed will not change until the force is applied. So on this, some force will be applied. So there is a mass whose velocity was first u. After some time, its velocity become v and the t time was taken. What would be its initial momentum? Mass into initial velocity, mu. How much was the final momentum become? Mass into final velocity, mv. What formula did we read for force? Force is proportional to rate of change in momentum, meaning change in momentum upon time. This is coming. Force is equal to change in momentum upon time. What will be the change in momentum, beta? Final minus initial in order to calculate change of anything. Beta, whenever in physics and maths change is said to you, what would you do? Final minus initial. So change in momentum upon time we had to go for force formula. Change in momentum, final minus initial, meaning mv minus mu by t. Acha, till here it came. Now see this little carefully with me. Can I take m common from here? F is equals to. Can I take m outside? I surely can. V minus u upon t. Can I write this? Can you recognize this thing? Does it look somewhat familiar? Does this thing look a little familiar? Recall, will you read it in the first chapter? Acceleration is equals to v minus u by t. So is this thing acceleration? Yes. So F is equals to mass into acceleration. This too has become the force formula. So this is the very main formula of force which you have to remember. What? F is equals to mass into acceleration. Now you can calculate the value of force. So Newton's second law tells you the way to calculate the value of force. So beta, you should learn this derivation. F is proportional to rate of change in momentum. This is the second law. This means the F is proportional to change in momentum upon time. To remove proportional and get equal to, we put K. We got value of K1. F become a change in momentum upon time. Then we said how much is the momentum changing from mu? It's become mv. F is equal to change in momentum upon time. Final minus initial, mv minus mu upon time. I said m common, b minus u by t. I said recognize this thing. What is this? Acceleration. v minus u by t, and m came here. Right? What is this thing? Acceleration, v minus u by t, change in velocity upon time, acceleration. So F is equals to ma. Clear? So bhai, if I see, we got two formulas for force. First, F is equals to m into a, mass into acceleration. Second, F is equals to change in momentum upon time. Acha. SI unit of force is Newton. What's the SI unit of force? Newton, represented by capital N, named after Isaac Newton, sir. And it also can be called kg meter per second square. See how did it came? What would mass be in kg? Do you remember the unit of acceleration? Do you? Read in the last chapter, meter per second square. So see, that's the unit, kg meter per second square. And what do we call this unit? We call this Newton or capital M. Formula ma, or change in momentum upon time. And must remember how it is calculated? By v minus u upon t. Come, now let's show the numerical. First, a force was applied here. Mass of the body is 5 kg. Initially, the speed was 3. After some time, the speed becomes 7. The time taken was 2 seconds. Calculate magnitude of the force required to increase the speed. Let's go. Pause and tell me. Comment and tell me how much is that you should do it. I was asked about force. Formula of force. Do it with me. Mass into acceleration. That's it. F is equals to ma. M is known. A is not known. Come, let's calculate it. How to calculate it? Do I know initial velocity? Yes, it's 3. Is final velocity known? Yes, it's 7. Do I know time? Yes, it's 2. So from here you can calculate acceleration. How much is it? V minus u upon t. How much is v? 7. How much is u? 3. How much is the time? 2. So 4 upon 2. How much is it? It is 2. Everything is the SI unit. Now I have to calculate the force. F is equals to ma. How much is mass? 5. How much is A? 2. 5 into 2, 10. What's the unit? SI unit, Newton. Or you can write kg meter per second square. Is that clear? So the formula force is mass into acceleration. To calculate acceleration, v minus u by t. Always subtract the initial from the final. Never see the big and the small. Greed is a curse. Small from the big. Not to be done. Final minus the initial. Is it clear? Come, let's move ahead. Next, a car of mass 1000 kg. I have a car. Its mass is 1000 kg. Okay. 1000 kg of mass is moving with 72 kilometer per hour. Better to change kilometer per hour to meter per second. I have taught you how to do that. If it is kilometer per hour and you have to go in meter per second, then what do? Multiply it with 5 by 18. So you will have to do this. And it takes 4 seconds to stop. Acha. After 4 seconds, this curve stop beta. It stops. Now beta, if something stops, if something is stopped, then what has velocity become? 0. So its final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is this. Earlier it was moving with this. After 4 seconds, takes 4 seconds. So how much time did it take? After 4 seconds it stops. That is the final velocity 0. Calculate the force exerted by the brakes. What's demanded from me? Only a force is asked. I said the force formula is mass into acceleration. I said I know the mass is 1000 kg. Acceleration I don't know. So I'll calculate it. What is initial velocity? At 72 kilometer per hour. Let's change it into meter per second. We'll multiply it 5 by 18. How much is it? 18 fours are 72. So how much is this? 4 fives are 20 meter per second. This is the initial velocity. It was in kilometer per hour, so we made it meter per second. We have to do it in SI unit. So multiply with 5 by 18. Final velocity is 0. It come to rest. And the whole of this game took how much time? 4 seconds. Now I'll put the formula. A is equals to V minus U by T. Beta, always final minus. It has to be stopped later. Never subtract the smaller from the bigger one. Initial from final. What is final? 0. What is initial? 20. What's time? 4. Sir, it is becoming minus 5. Looks ugly to me. So, physics doesn't depend on what looks ugly to you. What's right? That's what you have to do. Force is equals to Mass into acceleration. How much is mass? 1000 kg. What's acceleration? Minus 5. 1000 into minus 5. Minus 5000 Newton. Force has come out to negative. Definitely, beta, it's negative. Sir, why is force negative, sir? Sir, force is positive. Partial vector quantity. Sir, force. Beta, its speed is decreasing. If the speed of something is decreasing, it means you must be pulling that or pushing that. If I push this car, then its speed will increase. Its speed is reducing. It's getting stopped. It means it was pulled. Where was the force applied? Where was the force applied? Where applied? On this side. On what kind of force is this side? Negative. By only then would it stop, gradually slowing down. That's why force is negative, and it's absolutely correct. Did they ask you for the magnitude of force? Force. So real answer is to be written in minus. If they would have said magnitude, then you remove plus and minus and tell me what the value is. But here force is said. So minus 5000 Newton. Okay, brake has applied the force. Next, what's the next question? The velocity time graph of a ball of mass itna moving along with straight line is a table. How much force does the table exert on the ball to bring it to rest? Acha. This is the velocity time graph. It's saying that there is a ball which is moving on what? Along a straight line on a table. So on a table, a ball is moving. Moving. What happened? Bring it to rest. Finally, stop. It said now, how much force does the table exert on the ball to bring it to rest? So finally it came to work. It's on rest. It means final velocity is how much? 0. Finally it stopped. Yes or no? So its final velocity will become 0. Initially with what speed it was moving? Arey yaar, how to find initial speed, sir? This is getting difficult now. We know the mass. Let's see the graph a little. Graph is also given. But this is time, this is velocity. When time is 0, then how much is velocity? 20. When time become 10, then what is velocity? 0. Say, when time is 0, then how much is velocity? 20. When time becomes 10, how much the velocity becomes? 0. Meaning in the starting, in the very starting beta, if I talk about the very starting, talking about starting, when is the starting? When is the starting of anything? When time is 0. When does anything begin? When time is 0. When time is 0, what is the velocity? 20 meter per second. Means what is the initial velocity? 20 meter per second. What is final velocity? 0. How much time did the whole of this game take? See, when time was 0, velocity was 20. When time was 10, velocity 0. How much time it took? 10 seconds. So this game took 10 seconds. Ball came. See, it came. This ball is moving on table. It's moving on table. When time is 0, it started. This is the speed. It came at rest after some time. Final velocity 0. How much time did it take? 10 seconds. Clear? No, beta, it has become very easy. F is equals to m into a. Let's celebrate. Let's calculate it. A is equals to v minus u upon t. How much is v? 0. Finally, it came to rest. Initially, what was the velocity? 20. How much time did it take? 10. How much acceleration is it? Minus 2. What is? It's okay. What is mass? 0.02. What is a? Minus 2. Okay. Decimal will be removed from here. 100 will become below. 2 2s are 4. Minus upon 400. So how much is it? Minus 0.04 Newton. Tell me it is correct. Decimal removed. Double 0 come below. 2 2s are 4. Minus 4 upon 100. So the force again came in minus because see, the ball is stopping. Its speed decreasing. This ball is, it is moving. What happened, beta? Came at rest. Stopped. Stopped meaning to where is the force being applied? A pulling force backwards somewhere like. The force is being applied. Do you know who is applying the force? It came as negative, so we got it. The friction between the table and the ball. The ball happens on the table, na? Friction. So the ball is going ahead. Friction is pulling it back. Not in much detail. Friction will be taught a little to you. That was all. If I ask which force is this, if they ask in exam which force is this, then you will say friction force. Which force did the table exert? The friction force. Chaliye, aap to got the value. The next question is a little better question. Let's see who can do it. A stone of 1 kg is thrown with the velocity of 20 meter second across the frozen surface of the lake. We have a lake. Okay, pani. We have a lake here. What did we do here? We threw a stone along its surface. We threw a stone exactly along with the surface. We threw this stone. Okay. With how much speed? With a velocity of 20 meter per second. So its initial velocity 20 meter per second. Across the frozen surface of a lake, it's completely frozen. So if you throw a stone on a surface, what will happen? What will happen if you throw like this? It would go somewhere and stop. After a little while it stop. It will get a little friction there. It will rub and it will stop. And comes to rest. This is what they have told. What happened? And comes to rest, beta. This has stopped. And comes to rest. Finally, this thing kept going. Where did it reach? It reached rest. That means what is the final velocity here? 0. Rest means velocity 0. After traveling a distance of 50 meter, how much distance did it travel? How much distance did it travel? It traveled distance of 50 meters. What is the force of friction? Say it, sir. Which force? Friction between the stone and the ice. No tension. Calculate the force. Don't think too much. Oh, it's friction. Simple. Calculate the force between stone and ice. Now, see, like this, you threw a stone, slowing down, and finally stop. Now we have to calculate the force. So we know only one formula of force, mass into acceleration. Which formula for acceleration do I have? V minus U divided by T. I know V, I know U, yaar, I don't know T, yaar. T, I don't know. Man, how do we do it? Yeah, look, V is known, U is known, T is not given. In spite, distance is given for us. A little help from the first chapter, equation of motion. Higher. Now time is not given, then how do we get acceleration? Do remember this formula? Equation V square minus U square is equals to 2AS. What to do? Bhai, acceleration is not given. Na? Is there only one formula to get acceleration? No. This is also V to get acceleration. Look, does this equation have time? Does this equation have time? No. And here also have time? No. Distance? Yes. V? Yes. U? Then this equation will apply here. Final velocity? 0. Initial velocity? Square of 20. How will we know, sir, this apply? Look, bhaiya, time is not given. One way to get acceleration is this. Time is not given, so this will apply. 2 into A into S. How much is S? 50. This is distance, so 50. How much is it? Minus 400. S equals to 100 into A. Monday to Monday, lost. How much is A? Minus 4. Look, we got. How much is the value of A? Minus 4. Now put here. How much is mass? 1 kg. How much is A? Minus 4. Again, it is negative. Yes, beta, it is frictional force. This is going ahead. It will stop. Someone will be exerting backward force. We call this force friction force, which is stopping it backwards. Say, is it clear? Still comes out negative. Good, very good. Let's go. Now, beta, we have to study some reasoning. Like you must have seen this. Ever play cricket? When we catch in cricket, don't we play like or do we do like this? Oh. Some new players who catch like the ball, that's like this. And whoever are other cricketers, how do they catch? Like this. Have you seen this style? Hi. What a style. Hi. This. Why do they do it? Is it cool? No, beta. Understand carefully. Ball comes at very fast pace. And finally, you stop the ball. Yes or no? The ball come at very fast pace. And finally, what happened to the ball? It came at rest. You make its final velocity 0. Is it or not? Meaning here two force will come out, mass into acceleration or off. Now see the formula of force. What is it? Rate of change in momentum. I taught you this formula of force. Rate of change in momentum or change in momentum upon time. Told you. Change in momentum. What is this, beta? Second law. This is second law. Change in momentum of time. Now listen carefully. I have to stop the ball. Doing me, I have to stop the ball. If I stop the ball very quickly, then I take very less time. I stopped it very fast. Time is very less. But if the time is very less, then overall this fraction will be very big. See, remember this. In any fraction, beta, there is denominator. It is called denominator. That is denominator. The denominator, beta, the bigger it is, The smaller is the whole fraction, beta. Do you know this maths or not, bhai? It was tiny maths. What I'm saying, it's tiny maths. Remember this much. Suppose this is a fraction, right? Suppose it's written here 4 divided by 10, and here it's said 4 divided by 100. Here it is written 4 divided by 1000. Okay, now tell me, how much is this? 0.4. How much is this? 0.04. How much is this? 0.004. Which one is the biggest? This one, because its denominator is smallest. So beta, denominator, as small as it is, the fraction will be larger accordingly. Or take it another way, the larger the denomination, the smaller the fraction. This much maths you know. Let's go. If I stop the ball abruptly, immediately, then I will take little time. If my denominator is small, then this fraction will very big, means the required force will be very high, and this force will be exerted by our hands might get hurt. That's why I do this slowly, so that I can increase the time like this. How am I reducing speed? By touching. Come. I'm increasing the time, increasing. If the time this is increased, then the whole fraction will become small. If the denominator increases, then whole fraction will become small. Smaller it becomes, the required force will be lesser. Then my hand will not be hurt. While catching a cricket ball, a fielder pulls his hand backwards with a moving ball. What does he do? Brings his hands backwards. Take his hand backward with moving ball. By doing so, the fielder increases the time interval to stop the ball after first touch. Here it was the first touch. Here it made it stop. What did he do? The fielder increases the time interval to stop the ball after first touch. This decreases the rate of change in momentum and hence the force required to stop the ball. What was done? The time interval was increased. So the whole of fraction decreased. Rate of change in momentum decreased. Force required decreased. If ball is stopped suddenly, very less time like this, then a large force is required which can hurt his hands. If it stopped quickly, then time will be very little, fraction too big, and force will too much, a hand can get hurt. Okay, it was Newton's second law example. Looking next, you must have seen the high jump event, athletic events like this in Olympics and all. You may have seen sand laid there. Okay, or in long jump electra, there are mattress. Why are they there, sand or mattress? Now see, whether it is sand or mattress, change in momentum is happening there. You have jumped at very speed. So you have to stop slowly, so that we increase time. We increase the time to stop you anyhow. If the denominator increases, then the whole fraction small, then rate of change in momentum small, then force small. Then by our hips, our legs, our hands will get less height. Must have seen they fall on hips just like that. Now think fall like this and suddenly and only cement below there. Think of your mate to jump on cement, or sir, well, I will get broken jumping on cement. What is cement, beta? It doesn't give any time. It is hard surface. On falling, you come to rest. Like this, you were moving at speed 10 meters per second, 10 meters per second, time is again, zero. What happened? Very less time was given. Very less time. Time is very small. This fraction is very big. Change in momentum, rate of change in momentum, very large. Force very large. So by our hips will break. Do you get it? In high jump events, athletes are made to fall on sand or cushioned beds. They are placed, you must have seen, the cushions are placed. Sand or cushion beds increases the time interval of the athlete fall to stop. Which time interval? Fall to stop. That is from falling to stopping. Falling and then going deeper into sand. After falling, going deeper in the sand. Slowly. It fell like this. There is a lot of friction by the way. If you fall on the road, you will fall directly on the cement. So what happens? Fall to stop. The time from falling to stopping is increased. This decreases the rate of change in momentum. What happened? The time interval is increased. This fraction is less. The rate of change in momentum is less, and hence the force is also less. If there is a concrete floor, imagine there is a cement floor, concrete. The time from fall to stop will be very less. In very less time it would stop. And a large force will act on athlete and hurt them. They will be injured. Did you get it? Now let's come to the Newton's third and last, the most simple law. For every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. Same thing. If you slap someone hard, then they will hit you hard as well. It's a true thing. This is not Newton's third law. Relax and understand. What is it? Every action has equal and opposite. Carefully. What is he saying? Every action has what? Every action has what? Equal and opposite reaction. Action and reaction are equal and opposite forces acting on different bodies. What does it mean? Suppose there are two people and they hit their head to each other. Hit head to each other. It has happened to me. There is this car on me. You might have seen in my videos. So there were my childhood friend Sumit Mishra. We were playing football in class 3rd and we hit with each other while playing football. Hit each other while playing football. Are you know how excited and mad we get in game spirit in childhood? Full power jungly. Full jungly in game spirit. But yeah, so we do football. Yes, Sumit pass, and third. And the next second after hitting from here, blood. Hey, Sumit looked from front side. Said, Alakh. He too was blood. He was hurt here. He is my friend till today. He is with me today too. Told him when we meet, then very that I have given you mark in childhood. Hey, show this. You show. Is it here or there? It's on one side. It's cut. Hai na? Okay. So what happened, beta? What I'm trying to teach. When these two hit their heads, what happened? This bhai exerted force on him. And this bhai exerted force on him. What kind of forces are these two? Equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. He hit him with the head. Padak! Then his head was hit as well. Padak! So what are these two forces? Equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. Now beta, in this world, if you beta will hit anything in this world, you will get hurt. See, I will hit him. Did it hit or not? What happened? I exerted force on it and it exerted back on me. How much? As much as I exerted on it, the same it did. I exerted it downward, so it exerted it upward. Equal and opposite. If I go and hit the ball like this, it won't hit it. Suppose I'll hit hand like this. Why are both hands by? This one should hurt. When I hit this one, force was exerted on this and opposing it force on this as well. In school, didn't the teacher sometimes, and those, the ones who are bad students, the way we are, stubborn, what will be the teacher do? She would hit, she won't kill. We go with this attitude to get it. What will you do, ma'am? 1 slap, 2 slap, 3 slap, then ma'am said my hand is setting. Because when teacher slap on cheek, so force was exerted on your cheek. And on the teacher's hand, a force was exerted by cheek. How? Equal and opposites. So in this world, beta, wherever the force is exerted, there is always an opposite force exerted. And both these forces are exerted on different bodies. Listen carefully. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. Action and reaction are equal and opposite forces. What are actions and reaction? Forces. Like if we hit his head at him, what is this? Action. And his head got hurt on its own. What is this? Reaction. This brother hit him with his head. Okay. This by A hit his head to B. A hit his head to B. So this is action. He got hit by B's head. What is that? Reaction. Action and reaction are equal and opposite. It is equal and opposite. Acting on different bodies. Action and reaction applies to different body. Action apply to this third. Reaction apply to this third. Action and reaction acts on different bodies. Do remember this thing. When an object exerts a force on another object, the second object exerts an equal and opposite force on first object. This is in simpler language. This is also the same. This is also Newton's third law. You can also write this. This is for our understanding. When an object, NCERT write this too. When an object exerts a force on another object, the second object exerts an equal and opposite force on the first object. Equal and opposite force on the first object. Okay. Suppose this is a wall here. I hit this wall very hard. With this rod, I hit hard. This is the rod I have and this is the wall I have. If I hit the wall hard with this rod with 20 Newton force, then the wall will hit back the rod with 20 Newton force. When the rod hit the wall, we called it action. And the force exerted by the wall on the rod We called it reaction. So action and reaction are forces which are equal and opposite and acts on two different bodies. Action applied to whom? To the wall. Reaction applied to whom? To the rod. It is clear? The same is written. Look, action and reaction are equal and opposite forces acting on different bodies. On different bodies. Okay. Let's read some example on this. Why could we walk? First question. Why could we walk? Sir, we walk. We have legs so we can walk. Why? What do you asking, sir? Leg is there so we can walk. Mummy taught this. At first, you used to walk on knees by rubbing like this in childhood. Wherever mummy went, wherever I go, you come. Then grew up, so walk on my feet. Arre. Why could we walk? When you walk, beta, so your feet push back the floor. See this. When you walk, what does your feet do? What does your feet do? Your feet push down the floor, and in return, the floor pushed your feet towards. Like this. What happened? Equal and opposite force game was played, beta. That's why we could walk. What I say, when you walk, your feet push the floor downward like this, and in return, the floor pushed your feet towards like this. Now, because of the force, see, force is this side, so we have to flow in a way, but we don't. We pressured the ground like this, and the ground exerted a force, so we can fly. It doesn't fly. Why? No. Why? Because the gravitational force keeps us ahead. So we don't fly, but we start moving straight like this, right? Whenever we move ahead, see, we push the ground backward. Think about it once. Whenever you move ahead, you push the ground backwards. Tomorrow onwards. Sir. So whenever we walk forward, we push the ground backward. We push the ground towards backward. And in return, the ground pushes forward. Push it toward this side. We should have flown because of gravity. So if the push is this side, we don't fly, but we will move forward now. See, to this side means both upwards and forward. Force on this side means upwards and forward. We can't go upwards, so we move forward. When we try to walk forward, we push the ground backward. What is this? Action. So the foot exerted the force on the ground. What is this? Action. And the ground pushes us with equal and opposite force and forward direction. What is the force that the ground exerted on us? It is reaction as per Newton's third law, and because of that we are able to walk. Clear? This is the ground. These are your feet. Then your feet. I have made very ugly feet. Let's make shoes. These are feet. So your feet push the ground toward downwards. What is this force exerted on? This force exerted on the road. So you exerted F force on the road. What happened here? Action. And in return, the road, beta, in return, the road exerted a force on your foot. What was it exerted on? Your leg. It was exerted on your leg force. What is this? Reaction. How much will this force be? This force is 2bf. What did the action act on? On the road. What did the reaction act on? The leg. Action, reaction acts on different body. Action and reaction are equal and opposite. So to move forward, you have to push the road backward by. Acha, see the next. You must have seen this. Have you traveled in the boat? When a boat comes and stop at the shore, then bhaiya, it's very scary to get out of it. Because when you get out of boat, it runs backward. Happens or not? When you get out of the boat, if you have been ever on boat, I am from Sangam Nagari, from Prayagraj. We used to ride on boats a lot. When you get out of the boat, then what happens? You will get out of the boat like this. Ara, the boat, bhaiya, where did it go? Backwards. Are, mummy, help. All your sigmas will get out. No use of them. Water is very scary. These boys who act like sigma in the class, na. Are, bhaiya, the situation while getting out of boat. Are, bhaiya, hey, bhaiya, please hold me. Bhaiya, please don't tell anyone in the class. Bhaiya, please don't click foot. Now, what is this? When you get out of the boat at a shore, as in at the shore. So when you get out of the boat, then what happens? The boat goes backwards. What is this? Newton's third law. Very simple. See, what is this? When you will get out of a boat, you will push it backwards and the boat will push you forward. That's it. So you push the boat backward and the boat went backwards. When you push the boat backwards, it pushes you forward and you go ahead of it. What it is? As the sailor jumps in forward direction, the boat moves backward. Look accordingly. This is made wrong. Action and reaction is wrong. Diagram is wrong. PPT didi hai. As the sailor jumps in forward direction, the boat moves in backwards. What is sailor, beta? Who are fishermen? The sailor. What are they said? Those who ride it. According to Newton's third law, the sailor pushes the boat backward. What sailor did? Pushes the boat backward. What is this? Action. On what action did it make? On boat. Forces towards back, F. Now the boat will get angry and say, I will also exert force, equal, opposite. What is this? Reaction. This was applied to whom? To the man. In which direction? Forward, equal and opposite. According to Newton's third law, the sailor pushes the boat backwards, action, and hence the boat pushes the sailor with equal and opposite force in forward direction, reaction. So the sailor moves forward and the boat moves backward. Clear? Let's go. Flying of a rocket, beta. When a rocket flies, you must have seen in a TV and all. As soon as the rocket flies, leave smoke, 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 smoke. Why do they make it smoky? It's fun, sir. Smoke, smoke, it looks good. No. Beta, what does the rocket do? Ejects a lot of gas. Throws a lot of gas, a lot of force. So what is the rocket doing ultimately? It throws the gas with force downwards. What is this? Action. What is it acting on? On the gases. In return, what do these gases do? Exert force upward on the rocket. What is this? Reaction. What is it acting on? On the rocket. And by this beta, the rocket flies upward. Rocket engine produces hot gases and forces them downwards. A lot of hot gases and forces them downwards. What happened? Action. By Newton's third law, you must write this. Newton's third law, number on this. The hot gases exert an equal and opposite force on the rocket, upward, reaction, and because of that rocket flies. Next is recoil of a gun. Have you ever fired a gun? No, you must have not. Only a few kids of you must have done that. You have seen in a TV and all the when someone fires like this, da. And there's some of boys who think they are big guns. Will keep katta, will keep banduk. College, made me after school, I will tell you, we have a gun. Will kill you with a gun. Kill, bro. Killed himself, bhaiya. Became a pokey. So what happens, beta? When the bullet is fired from a gun, then bullet goes forward. Then in which direction does the gun exert the force on the goalie? Forward. What is this? Action. What did it act on? The bullet. Now when the gun exerted force on the bullet towards the front, then the bullet will exert the force backward on the gun. Here. What is this? Reaction. What did it act on? On the gun. Equal and opposite. That's why it is called recoil. Recoil means coming backward. Recoil, reverse. Recoil of a gun, to be reversed. Why does it happen? Newton's third law. When a bullet is fired from a gun, the gun exerts a forward force on the bullet. What is this? Action. According to Newton's third law, the bullet exerts an equal and opposite force on the gun in backward direction. Action and reaction are opposite, acts on different body. Action applied to bullet, and written what bullet applied to the gun? Reaction. Equal and opposite. And you move back in after shooting the gun. Clear. All right. Now after there is an experiment given in your book. Let's read. There is a topic, Galileo's experiment on a smooth inclined plane. So much earlier than Isaac Newton, Galileo has already given laws of motion. He never got that much credit as much as Isaac Newton sir took. But Isaac Newton sir had written repeatedly in his research paper that I have used Galileo. We forgot it slowly. So Galileo has given the laws of motion first. Galileo. So what did he say? They said, suppose I have a smooth inclined plane. Listen here, how is it? Smooth, totally plain, no friction. Smooth means no friction, totally plain, totally smooth, no friction. He said, if a ball comes downward on a smooth inclined plane, then tell me what will happen. Think of yourself, wave the ball like this. What will happen? Speed will increase. What happened, bhaiya? Gravity is pulling it from below. Leave some ball from above, it is pulled downward. So force is exerted downward, increasing its speed. Second thing he said, if a ball is thrown upward on a smooth inclined plane, then slowly speed will decrease. Somewhere it will go and stop. What happened? Speed decreases. If a ball is thrown upward on upward slope, what will happen? Slowly speed will decrease and stop. Why? Because again, gravity is pulling it downward. So going upward, going, it will stop. There is no friction. What he said? Smooth, totally plain, totally smooth. Then why did the ball stop while going upward? Because gravity was pulling it downward. It stopped while going. So see, Newton was saying the same thing, that if the force will be exerted, then the speed will increase. If the force will be exerted, then the speed will decrease. And third, that if on a plane surface, I roll a ball and there is no friction. There is no friction, not even of the air. There should be no vacuum around in the beta. Vacuum is important. Otherwise, what will the air do? It will push it backward. there should be no air, there should be no vacuum and no friction. And if I throw the ball on a smooth table like this, then it would move forever, forever, forever. Speed will always remain same. It will move in the same straight line unless an external force is applied. So this Galileo told all of this story, and Sir Isaac Newton used this. So by here this lecture ends. Keep studying. All the very best. Good to Gudia.